Okay. Time for my second league match with the pretend timer. Going up against Mick. Going to be challenging as always. Okay, we're not going to forget that Haunted Woods kills Monastery. However, opening Monastery sure does feel better than nothing. But what to pair it with? These fives, honestly, all of them seem super good. Haunted Woods for doing its little shutdown dance. Torturer for helping you to draw the monastery in the first place. Replace and modify just sort of obviously, both being fantastic openers. This is a pretty tough call. I think that the Torturer attack is going to be annoying and help me play Monastery more. Haunted Woods might be just a little bit annoying. Wow, look at this. The way Haunted Woods misses the shuffle might be just a little annoying, but like you can't prepare Monastery. Prepare also shitty with Monastery. Okay, so we have mirrored openings. I think we want to cycle more than anything else. I'm just gonna buy a village here. That's pretty exciting. I think it would be nice to buy another village for sure. But I think it's also okay to grab a silver. Although, there's no plus buy. So he hit 5. That's a lot better of an outcome than. We can't do everything here. I guess we're gaining a curse. We could just get a second Torturer and trash a curse. That makes this Torturer not miss the shuffle. I think he had a lot of nothing in his hand last turn, though, which means that this is probably a hand he really doesn't want to curse or doesn't want to discard. So I'm going to draw. Okay. We end up with this situation. I think we got 5 here, yeah. So I'm going to also go for the replace, I think. Oh, that's a pretty cool thing about Walled Village. A second monastery is not feeling like a good idea. Wow. This sort of sucks. I could just... Yeah, no. We're just going to play it. Or we could just stop here. Let's just stop. Nice. I'm actually feeling like a conspirator. Well, no. Walled village is probably better on top. So we could try to draw our torturer. We have a lot of villages. I think we just do this. Do I want another silver? Yeah, I think it increases the chances that we can prepare. We could just prepare this. Anyway. Does he have 3 torturers? Well, this doesn't look too good now. No, he only had 2 torturers. That's clear. Now, obviously, this conspirator could have been a walled village, and then look at me. So that was all super stupid. Super duper stupid. We would love to get Haunted Woods going to stop any trashing if we can. A bad turn from Mick here would be pretty exciting. Okay. That's pretty helpful. I think we just need to draw. I could either... So what's down there? Curse. Just the curse. So I could replace silver to replace. But you know what I really want is a Haunted Woods. But I can rat, then there's 3 cards to draw. So that's the greediest thing, is to try to get another replace. And then as long as we don't bottom deck it. Which we didn't. So the last 2 cards are Copper Curse. We're going to have to discard some stuff anyway. So let's go ahead and grab that card. Let's draw through one junk thing. Yeah, and that gives us something else that we can trash as well. Okay, that seems like that was really good. I could have decided to try to not take that curse. Can Mick also gain and play Haunted Woods, though? If not, well, 2 piles are already empty, huh? But if he can't, then I can play Monastery again and probably be pretty happy. So nobody, he has 1 estate. I have 3 curses. He has 2 estates and 2 curses. I am assuming that there is no way to pile Torturers this turn. There's just no way I would have the draw for that. Yeah. But okay. The rest of that is junk, I think. A gold would be pretty useful. Um, but if I gain some sort of something that draws first, then I can gain and play something else. I think. Well, no, we ran out of actions. He only has one estate, so I don't see any chance to pile out estates. Even like getting 4 estates is completely impossible, right? Uh, let's just keep all these coppers. I was a little confused. I didn't notice that he prepared coppers. The previous turn. Oh yeah, the previous turn was. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So I can see a few things that we could go for here. I guess it's fine to draw with this torturer. Well, I was hoping to find the other torturer. The last 3 cards are Walled Village Torturer. Something. You can also replace into stuff. We can't use the nobles for actions. top decked 5 cards. I don't know what those cards were. Some of them were probably bad, though. I think we have to draw these cards. Oh, it was another Nobles. I forgot that I had that. Okay. So we can go for gaining some Nobles. Can we gain 5 Torturers? I mean, in hand, we can gain 1, 2, 3 Torturers. If we rat this Torturer, then or what? We top deck Torturer, top deck Torturer, killing the Nobles, then draw. Then I have only 2 actions. This is tricky. We could Hollywood's the Torturer. Draw it. That's done. That's still at 3 actions with 2 Torturers in hand. We can rat 1, Nobles for actions. Maybe getting Capital City. Does that help? Oh, this is so difficult. Because if I mess up, I nuke my whole turn. A nobles on top is not a bad thing. Could do 2 nobles on top, even. If I'm at 9, then 3 nobles. Not be enough. I think this feels good. Well, we're already seeing these issues. Of course, in this game, I'm taking a million years and my opponent's not really, but I think that's mostly because I just got ahead. Inspiring Scholar. Inspiring Scholar, huh? I'm gonna get a fool. All right, dueling fools. He gets another clerk. I was thinking already a conspirator. Oh, those are good boons. I mean, the wisp looks really, really exciting. I really like to start the turn by like Inspiring Scholar into a lab. I'm going to go ahead and get the Inspiring Scholar. He gets a war chest. Also a good card. I'm really anxious to get a good mint as well. I mean, a war chest is a great thing to have before you mint. But the Scholar is going to help me hit mint. And I have a conspirator and a clerk. Like, I can hit 5 somehow. can also trade. We bottom deck to the Fool, that's fine. Hopefully we have the Scholar in our next hand anyway. How much do I want a card costing up to 4? Versus a gold. Let's just get a gold. Too bad. We didn't get clerked here, which is good news. So this is either a war chest or a lab. I think we're going to go for a lab. Yeah, the war chest doesn't seem that amazing, right? If you can't gain labs with it. Until you get a little bit more to the point where you're wanting cards that are not lab. Trade's probably pretty great. This cannot give me an action, the Fool. But we don't need the money. I don't think we want silver. Gold's good though. All right, no attack there. Okay. Lost in the Woods, sure. Oh, I could have gotten a big mint there, actually. I think I'm going to lose this. But I'm not sure. We need another Scholar. I have these labs. This is what we're talking about. I want this druid. Let's just buy a province now and see if our fancy deck can catch up. I will still take a huge mint if I can get it one. Has he ever played War Chest? Yes. Duchy is probably the card. After this turn, I should be naming Duchy. It'd be really cool to find Scholar here, I think. But we don't. This could be an alright turn, though. Definitely top deck that. You're not supposed to... Yeah, okay. Well. Ugh, this isn't what we wanted. It doesn't matter. What is this? So much for that mint. It's too late. I don't really regret trying to build a little bit more. Do I need an estate? I think I might. Well, that probably does it. Oh. I was already lost in the woods. We can't catch this, right? 6, 12, 13, 14, 15. I guess technically we could if we got all the boons. All the cards that are left. Now we can't. All right. I see Tanuki. I think we want... I really wish I had the Necropolis in this hand. I suppose there's a chance that this like hits 5 or something. Oh, interesting. I think this just wants to be Herb Gatherer. We should have 5 on the next turn. I guess we'll play Tanuki next turn. Just want to buy a village. Herald, maybe? Oh, we really need to get to rotating those things. Well, that's a lot of horses. He's going to get the Herb Gatherer now, though. I mean, there is marshland and what... Like, you could do quite a lot without plus buy here. Without plus buy outside of marshland. We could have rotated off of Herb Gatherer. That is a thing we could have done. We did not do. I think this should just be another hostelry. This doesn't feel like I'm winning. There's a lot of gains. The bandit camp was an interesting open over just hostelry horse. Replace looks pretty good. Oh boy. I'm tired. That last turn could have been better if Harold hit something, but I mean, there was a decent chance of it, but it didn't happen. So it makes that Harold look like it, you know, ought to have been something else. I'm going to get... You know, the Bandit Camp Herb Gatherer combo looks kind of nice. But somehow it feels right to just do that. Sure. Yeah, we have to get draw. I would like a Bandit Camp. I would like more either Tanuki or replace one of those. I would like. I would potentially like Acolyte as a gold gainer off of horses, but that's really spinny. You're going to need a lot of draw because we're probably going to get a lot of victory cards. Pretty sure we don't need to play this Herb Gatherer for plus buy. This sure feels like we're losing bad. On the other hand, if this Herald doesn't hit anything, then we would sure rather play it as a... rather pig that. This is pretty good to have 2 buys when you have that much money. We didn't even draw a village, so I guess we're going to do that. Ugh. what do we even... There's nothing... There's no point to... like... There's not really any point to doing anything other than this. We're so far behind, but... Like, that looked really inefficient, but, like, what else could I do? I wasn't going to be able to remodel into anything that I could use that turn. Anyway, my opponent has this awesome... What's my most plentiful card? Probably either copper or hostelry. Oh, this, I was thinking of the opposite, wizard, sorcerer. I was like, why hasn't it told me to guess what card's on top of my deck yet? Like, it is a little bit unclear how to optimize, because there's just so much stuff to do here. But I think I'm too far behind for any of it to matter, probably. Look at all this amazing money. This really sucks. I really want to like ramp up by getting another Tanuki, but I don't want to kill my Enchantress. I don't want to end my turn. But on the other hand, this Herald only has a 1 out of 3 chance of even finding. Yeah, okay. But now I can't play the Tanuki. Anyway. Not a very good situation. It doesn't feel like I should just completely resign because... Well, I was saying we were going to have a bunch of green cards, but so far behind, like... Yeah, Sybil also helps a lot with dealing with all that. Like, can he get 2 Sybils here? Then he can build... He has so much more ability to do stuff. Let's play at least a couple more turns. Gained an Enchantress. I would be trying to get a ton of terminals base, I think. Okay, so we can split the Sybils. I'm still so far behind. He's got the Sorceress, the extra Bandit Camp, more Enchantresses, and an extra Wild Hunt, which is a big deal. Okay. Didn't get the Wild Hunt points, so at least we can do that. I think I have extra actions, actually. Grab this card. This is so sketchy. If I bottom deck an action card, there's going to be 7 cards. So if I go like Hostelry, Horse, Wild Hunt, that draws 6 or... Well, I also have this Bandit Camp. I mean, I just need to pick up the Wild Hunt. And then probably the most valuable thing I can do is just this. So we got some VP. I'm still behind by a Wild Hunt. Oh, my opponent only has the 1 Sybil. That's okay though. They have They have 3 Bandit Camps and 3 Wild Hunts, and I only have 1 Bandit Camp and 2 Wild Hunts. So that's a pretty big difference. That's 3 5s to my Sybil, plus has more enchantresses, which is nice stuff. Now gets the second Tanuki going. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see myself do it, but anyway. I did all that stuff to make the Herald hit, but I ended up having overdraw and extra actions. So instead of doing that, perhaps I could have done something different. So the goal this turn is... I'm just going to say something impossible here. The goal for this turn would be to gain and play another remodeler, either Tanuki or replace. And then with that, gain another Wild Hunt. And then gain a 3-point estate with Wild Hunt. And even if I do all of that, which is almost certainly, I don't have enough actions and draw, I think, to do that. Even if I do all of that, I'm still significantly behind. By all metrics. Obviously, you're buying this Sybil. I don't know why you would buy any other card right now. That's a little surprising to me. Go ahead and use that to do that. I don't think this matters. There's a lot of action cards in here. Let's just play this Herald. There's no target other than this Enchantress to do all this fancy gain and play. That we talked about doing. I need to see a big, big, fat dud that is completely impossible. But, you know, it's more possible now that you've added 2 fairgrounds. However, because you added 2 fairgrounds, it might not even matter if you had a complete dud. And this is not looking like a complete dud. So you have 5 gains plus Wild Hunt gains. So all he's doing right now is really counting to see if he has the win. I guess he could go for the win and just barely miss it, and then still have enough VP that I can't do anything about it, probably. That's an option. That's a possibility. Looks like it's here. You know, if he miscounted his actions. Doesn't look like it. I mean, I probably should have resigned that a long time ago. Jeweled Egg. I do not like that card. I also don't like Sentry. And unfortunately, this looks like a board where you're going to use them. Pirate looks sort of nifty. Definitely silver. Nick wants to go shop silver, I guess. I am going to go Silk Kitty Cat. Okay, so Mick missed 5. But we missed, you know, like anything good happening in our life. Are we supposed to get a stupid jeweled egg now? I guess. It is plus buy also. This will be another Sentry. This will be another jeweled egg, I guess. Staff, that's awesome. I think I'm just going to draw. Okay. I really want this pirate. I want to get a relic. I want to get Cauldron. Like, I don't know, maybe it's stupid. That staff is fucking killer. That should be really good. Are there other better ones? Yeah. Probably. Puzzle box would be great. I really hate Sentry. Let's get another one. I think it should be another Sentry, probably. This is going to be a relic. Okay. picking up the pace a little bit. What about tide pools? What's going on in this kingdom? It looks pretty rebuildy. But with Wharf. Or you could thin. I want to play something kind of rebuildy, I think. Something that looks like Wharf money, but also rebuildy. And I think I might get a populate, even though it looks really bad, if I hit it. This is awesome, obviously. One more Wharf. No, let's just get a rebuild. Another tide pools I will get, I think. A deck that plays rebuild, you know, and also just buys province is pretty good. Bottom deck both Wharfs. That is amazing news for me. Are we going to double tide pools? Probably. So we could go really messy here and get a bunch of crap into our deck with a populate. We could just get a province. We could get 2 rebuilds. Like, most of these cards are actually kind of good, but there's these 3 terminal. There's Fool, Mine, Replace, Guildmaster. Like, is it worth getting those cards that are mostly just junk. I don't think so. Let's get like a rebuild and a Baker. It's like, are you playing rebuild? I mean, I'm playing with rebuild, but I'm not playing just rebuild. Right. Right. So my other wharf is down here. We'd really be excited if we could play that. So I'm going to play Baker first and just hope that we draw it. This has been pretty good draws for me, I think, for the deck that I'm doing. You could have a lot of just draw 2 action cards with Wharf kind of thing. I guess it's not that likely to happen, though. Okay, now Mick gets the rebuild. Oh, amazing. This was exactly what we were hoping would happen. Let's get a gold. Yeah. So I think rebuild, like, it has to be good here. Non-terminal, getting you some provinces. But I do think that the, like, a money-ish sort of, like a deck like a Mix would probably beat if you just tried to do like a monolithic rebuild. Here, there's no, like, rhyme or reason to this. That's so fucking good. Look at this. It's just double province. Flex. These draws are like god tier. It's a lot of orange in my discard pile now, but that's okay. Nobody deserves to draw this well in any circumstance. I mean, really. Okay. Any reason not to open Ninja? Well, Siren counters it, plus it's a page board. Page is the Bane, which is not that good of a Bane. Is a biding time. You got to get champion. Ninja is good draw also. It feels pretty clear Ninja Page. Cheap landing party, huh? This is amazing. Whoa. Okay. Oh, I guess that's what I would do if I drew my page dead here anyway, right? Maybe a landing party? Or just another page. Getting the champion seems pretty darn important. This seems like a yes. Okay, we didn't draw that one card dead. No Ninja here, unfortunately. Hopefully bottom decked his village. And hopefully we find our warrior here and just get moving on home to champion. I'm not sure if I take the tempo hit to ever get a siren or not. A sculptor seems incredible. Attacking is probably good. I hope I don't draw the warrior dead. Okay, we drew this card. So this is probably... Well, no, we should just try to cycle. We don't want 100 silvers. Or do we? So I could get a... We've got the warrior coming up next, although it's just going to be a dead act. You know, it's not going to be a good turn. We don't have any village to pair with it. Let's just get this siren, I guess. Okay, almost just want to top deck the landing parties. I think that's what I'm doing. The hero was going to miss the shuffle anyway. It really sucks. This would be looking okay if I had Oh. He triggered my shuffle. Well, that changes everything. Hopefully this just doesn't draw my action card instead. That hurts. This is a decision point. Are we going to try to trigger this shuffle? Or are we going to try to trigger this shuffle? Man, I'm sad that I drew that Siren dead. So sad. I think we're going to do the landing parties. I'm really far behind. Those two sculptors. If I manage to somehow get ahead on getting my champion down, then maybe that's a little bit of something. Ooh, that shuffle. My shuffles have just not worked out. But, you know, like I said, the previous game was so good. I do think that my plan was also better. I'm not going to... I think my plan was better, but that was, like, also such good shuffles. This isn't going to go my way. I can't be at all sad about going 3-3 against B.R. Smith and Mick. That's fantastic to just break even against those people. All right, biting time is happening. Do need sculptor. Okay. Yeah, everything sucks. Pious pillage, you say? Yeah, I mean, just like imagine if we had gotten to play that Siren, things, yeah, just nothing's working out at all. I don't have an interest in continuing this game. All right. We made it in a reasonable amount of time despite a couple slow ones from me. So, yeah. Thanks for watching.